On Mother's Day, I took my son to go get my wife a coffee. It's a nice treat that she likes to have on any kind of occasion for her. And I was happy to do it. But I took my son with me to the coffee shop. And while we were there waiting for the order to be delivered, one of my clients walked in. And it was, we have a great relationship, a friend of mine, and gave each other a hug and just kind of checked in on each other. And then it was the first time that he had ever met my son. So he bent down and he's like, well, what's your name? And of course, Rhett told him his name. And then there was a little bit of a silence there. And then Rhett goes, my dad's a steady leader. And I thought that was hilarious. And we both laughed and we both knew there was where that was going because, I wrote the book and I got this YouTube channel and it's something that we've been pushing. And my wife and I, we talk about it often in front of the kids. But he knew in the moment that this gentleman wasn't a part of our family. He hasn't seen him before. He probably knew he was a client of mine and that he needed to know his dad was the steady leader. And it made me think like, okay, well, maybe I'm doing a pretty good job of pushing my brand to the world and making it clear, even clear enough for an 8-year-old to know my brand. And so I thought, well, what are the 4 things that I do on a weekly basis and really on an ongoing basis? So what are the 4 things that I do to make sure that my brand is being as effective and clear as it possibly can? So the first one was you have to know personally what you want your brand to be in the future. And so you have to have vision. You have vision of your brand. And to me, the definition of vision is what does it look like when it's done well in the end? All right. So if you executed your brand promotion the right way, what are people saying about you? What is the one word or one sentence summary of who you are that you want them to think about? When your vision is clear, when it's as succinct as the steady leader, then you can make that happen. But you have to have a vision of what that looks like in the end. Hey, everybody. I have an exciting opportunity for you. We are looking to grow with Laundry Love. If you have ever thought about buying a business, if you've ever thought about buying into a franchise, look no further. Go into the show notes, send me an email. I will send you an email with all of the reasons why you should buy a laundromat and get in business with Laundry Love. Number 2, what are the things that make you unique? What are the things that make you special? When I was coming up with what I wanted my brand to be, I spent a lot of time thinking, what is it that makes me unique to my family? What makes me unique to my team? What have people throughout history of my life appreciated about me? And it was that I was always steady. And to me, I was like, okay, well, what about me makes me steady for my team, for my family? And it was that I bring clarity, that I'm a thinker, that I know how to use models that other people have proven successful and teach people that so that we all can be successful and we can be steady. And so I knew what made me unique. And because I know where I'm going, what it looks like in the end, I have a vision for myself and I know what makes me unique, I can be more successful in promoting my brand. Now, the third thing that I do is I just know what my values are. Now, to me, values are how you operate when no one else is looking. Where that comes into play is no matter how I walk this earth and no matter what I'm doing, I'm always living to values that I hold sacred to my life. And those values, when executed well, make me steady. And so the way that I act, the accumulation of the things that are sacred to me that influence the way I operate make me steady. And so I'm clear about those values. And when I just live my life according to my values, then I'm demonstrating my brand and what makes me unique. But I know what those are and I hold them sacred and I operate by them. Now, the 4th thing is you got to be a little stubborn. And you have these values, you have these principles. You have to be stubborn enough that you can resist any attack on those to change your ways. And so people can try to influence you. Substances like alcohol or events, people, when you go into an event and they're asking you to do something that isn't according to your values or your principles in life, you're going to be tempted. Can you be stubborn enough such that you say no to all of those things and be the person that is the brand that you want to be? And so those are the 4 things. You got to have vision. You got to know what makes you special. You got to know what your values are, and you got to be stubborn. If you can do those things and you do them consistently enough, then maybe even your 8-year-old will tell people who you are. Hey, if you like this content, go down in the show notes and sign up for my weekly newsletter. Every single week, we send out a newsletter that's full of content that teaches you how to be a steady leader.